You know, we spend so much of our time talking. I mean, we're always explaining ourselves, defending our choices, or just performing. But what if our biggest strength, our real power, is the one thing we hardly ever use? Today, we're going to explore how silence isn't a weakness at all. It's actually a hidden source of some pretty incredible strength.
This really hits home, doesn't it? It's that constant feeling, that pressure to be on, like you're always on a stage. But the real question is, who are we actually performing for?
And that's the real kicker. What if this huge pressure we feel is, well, what if it's all coming from inside our own heads? What if the stage, the spotlight, the audience, it was never really there to begin with?
All right, so let's dive into this idea of the imaginary spotlight. We're going to break down why we feel like everyone's watching us, even when, they're really not.
Here's the simple, honest truth. Pretty much everyone else is the main character in their own movie. They are so busy with their own lives, their own problems, their own imaginary audience, that they barely even notice you. That spotlight we feel so intensely, it's not real. We're the ones holding it over our own heads.
Just think about walking into a gym. For a second, you might feel super self-conscious, right? Like every single person is secretly critiquing your form or what you're wearing. But then you actually look around and you realize nobody cares. They're all in their own zone, focused on their own workout.
And that's really the heart of it. The second you decide to step off that imaginary stage, you stop performing and you finally start living. You get to be free, to live for yourself, not for some audience that was never even buying tickets in the first place.
Okay, so we've switched off that imaginary spotlight. Now let's talk about what fills that space. We're going to completely reframe silence, not as this empty void, but as the presence of a genuine superpower.
This is where we completely flip the script. We're taught to think that silence is awkward, or that it makes you look weak, or that it's just empty. But the truth? It's the exact opposite. Silence is a sign of confidence, it's strength, it's incredible self-control.
We all know that feeling, don't we? That awkward silence, that sudden frantic urge to say something, anything, just to fill the space. But here's the thing, that tension doesn't come from the silence. It comes from this mistaken idea that we have to constantly talk to prove we're valuable.
But when you start to really embrace silence, you unlock all these amazing things. You actually start to listen and observe what's happening around you. Your words, because you use them less, suddenly have more weight. And, this is a big one, you start to see who in your life respects your presence, not just your performance. You realize your worth is just in who you are.
So, remember this, choosing to be silent isn't passive at all. It's an active choice. It's confidence in action. It's a powerful way of saying, I'm so secure in myself that I don't need to fill this space with noise.
Okay, so this all sounds great, but how do we actually use this superpower in the real world? Next up, we're going to see how silence becomes your best shield for protecting your most valuable resource, your peace of mind. Just think about that for a second. You know exactly the feeling I'm talking about, right? That conversation that just leaves you feeling totally hollowed out, like all your energy has just been siphoned away.
And this isn't just about being physically tired. It's a whole different kind of exhaustion. It's the exhaustion that comes from having to constantly justify yourself, from defending your choices, or just absorbing someone else's negativity.
Here's a really freeing thought. You don't owe everyone an explanation for everything you do. By choosing a little quiet distance, or just giving a simple no without a 5-paragraph essay defending it, you're putting up a shield. You're saving your energy for what actually matters to you.
And the process for shutting down drama is actually surprisingly simple. Think of drama like a fire. It needs fuel to keep burning, and your reaction is that fuel. When someone baits you with a negative comment and you just choose not to engage, no argument, no defense, you cut off its oxygen supply. The fire just goes out.
You've got to remember this. Not responding isn't losing. It's choosing not to even enter the fight. That's a position of total control, because you're the one deciding what's worth your time and your energy. Now let's take this same idea and apply it to our ambitions. We're about to see how keeping quiet isn't just for playing defense. It can be the key to protecting and even speeding up your goals. Look, it feels good to talk about our big plans, right? It gives you a little hit of satisfaction. But there's a huge downside. The moment you talk, you invite all this outside noise in. Criticism, doubt, people's unsolicited advice.
And all that noise can really cloud your focus and chip away at your motivation before you've even started.
So, the strategy is pretty straightforward. Shift all that energy you would have spent announcing your goals into actually doing the work. Work in private. Protect those new, fragile goals from the outside world. Let your success be the announcement. Let your results do all the talking for you.
And all of this leads us right here to our final section, which is really the ultimate prize for adopting this whole philosophy: a deep, unshakable sense of inner peace.
This is so incredibly powerful. As you grow and change, some people aren't going to like it. They might feel more comfortable with the old you. But your growth isn't about them. Silence helps you protect the new person you're becoming without feeling like you have to justify your own evolution to anyone.
And that's the beautiful place this journey takes you. Real, authentic peace isn't loud. It doesn't brag. It's a quiet confidence that you carry inside you. It doesn't need anyone else to validate it, because it just is. It's something you can feel in someone's presence, not just in their words.
So, I'll just leave you with this to think about. In a world that is constantly screaming for more noise, what powerful statement could you make by choosing, with intention and confidence, to just say nothing? What might you discover in that quiet space? Thanks for tuning in to this explainer.